Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Nerders. I'm Nick.
I'm Rich.
And I'm very angry.
Ooh. An angry episode
Wow.
of Dana Explains.
This should be fun.
So, if it's your first time watching Dana Explains, what you should know is that Dana has not seen many movies.
I'm starting to see lots of movies.
Yeah.
Yes, but we're trying to change that. That's our
Mhm.
goal, right? We're every other week, about infrequently. I don't know.
Yeah.
They happen when they happen. We give Dana a movie that she's never seen. A lot of times hasn't even heard of,
Mhm.
and we have her guess what she thinks it's going to be about, and then we have her watch it, and she comes back and then reports on it. So at the end of the last Dana Explains, which we recommend people go and watch,
Mhm.
we had you watch Fight Club.
Yep.
And you said, I believe, that you thought Fight Club would take place in a prison, and it was about not dropping the soap,
Yes.
because there was soap on the
Potatoes.
cover and the Fight Club poster. Yeah, they were fighting over potatoes.
Yeah.
So, was that what the movie was about?
I would have rather watched a movie about that.
Mm. So, alright. You take extensive notes
Mhm.
about these movies. Why don't you walk us a bit through? It seems like you didn't like it.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, first, they were very mean because it came up and it was like, never been kissed. And at first I thought it was going to be like a preview. And I was like, oh, like this looks like a movie I'd want to see, like a preview for that. That's kind of cool. And then it had like the little menu. Like you could click play or not play, like play or screen selection or whatever. And then all of a sudden it starts to go all staticky and then it goes to the real screen. That was mean.
So now you're mad at the DVD menu. You're not even mad at the movie yet, you're just mad at the
Yes.
So
menu.
the
Because
DVD
they tricked
menu
me.
made you think that you were going to watch Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore?
It made me think that they were going to show me a preview of that movie. Like, you know how movies usually have previews at the beginning of them?
Yeah?
That's what I thought was going to
You
happen.
really wanted to see that trailer of that
Yes.
1999 Drew Barrymore.
Never seen it. That better be my next movie. Anyways.
It's a safe bet it's not.
Yeah.
So
You're going to be even more disappointed.
then it changed to the actual menu. And I thought it was a little interesting at first. It caught my attention. I wanted to know why it was listing like all of these pieces of furniture for like the prices and stuff.
On the menu.
Yes, it was still on the menu.
So we're not even at the movie yet, you're
No.
still critiquing the menu.
And then it started.
You really should just play these movies for her and let her open the DVDs on her own.
Okay.
It started, and I was just confused. They didn't really give me any background knowledge. This guy was just like, I hate myself and I hate my life, and the only thing I love to do is shop.
There you go, you were introduced
You
to the
couldn't
character.
relate to that?
But I like to shop, but I'm not going to go to all these counseling groups because I hate myself.
Maybe after some more movies we should.
Maybe this is
Well,
a counseling
This
group.
might
This is your counseling group
This
right
might
here.
start me into some of this. So I was like, okay, whatever. This is kind of interesting. Why is he going to these groups? Like, I was waiting for like the point. Like,
Mhm.
what was the point of the movie? Hadn't happened yet, and I was just confused why he was so morbid and why he was so depressed about things. Like, I wanted to know the reasoning behind it. Then he went on his like business trip, and he comes back and his little apartment blew up. And I thought that was kind of sad that like all of his IKEA furniture was gone. All of it, like the one thing he loved. All the furniture that he bought is just gone. And then he just decides that he just met this guy, so hey, let me just call you up on this payphone outside and stay at your house.
Right, so on the airplane he meets Tyler Durden,
Yeah, who makes soap.
who he thought was going to be a single serving friend.
Yes, and he was not. Just thinking about it just angers me. Ah. Gosh.
How many pages of notes did you take
4.
for this one?
So then he goes to this bar, and then outside they were just like, hey, this would be fun. Let's beat each other up. Okay, I don't know who gets pleasure in that. I would rather go shopping again. But like
What if it
they
was just a movie about Edward Norton and Brad Pitt shopping together?
I would love it. And they've never been kissed? Okay, so then I'm just thinking, like, why are they fighting each other? And then I come back to my original thought of what's the whole idea of this movie? Like, what's the problem and then the solution? Like, any movie is going to have some kind of problem. Even Spirited Away had a problem and a solution. She was trying to get out and find her pig family. So then they find this outlet that makes them happy, but they only do it on Saturdays. Because they want to be depressed the other 6 days of the week.
You don't want too much of a good thing, though.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, he's fighting to get rid of his depression and his sleep deprivation. And then this is when they made their actual club.
Okay.
Like, and they had a little building, like a little meeting. Like, I thought that was the cutest thing. Like, they're making their own little club now. Like, oh, let's go hang out after school at our clubhouse. But it's on Saturdays because we can't do it any other day. I wrote down the rules.
Okay.
Okay.
I really wish at the beginning of this video I could have abided to rule number 1 and 2 and just not talked about the movie. But
I want you to read these like you were Brad Pitt.
okay.
Yeah.
First rule about Fight Club: don't talk about Fight Club. Second rule about Fight Club: and then he thinks he's smart. He's like, don't talk about Fight Club. I'm like, what? They're not like 7. They don't need the same rule twice. If anything, I don't even know the main guy's name.
It's a classic.
What's his name?
The main guy, like the actor?
No, like in the movie, what is his
He
character?
doesn't have a name.
Are you serious?
That's why when you were looking at the toy of him the other day, you said there's a narrator in Fight Club because they called him
Oh.
the narrator.
Yeah.
Like, I'm done. God, we're done. I'm not doing this anymore. The main character doesn't even have a name, but his spoiler, his imaginary self has a name. But he can't even give his own self a damn name.
Because, okay, this movie is based on a book, and in the book, it's told from his perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's first person narrative, which is when it's supposed to be like you can insert yourself into the character.
Yeah.
And Tyler Durden is the person that we all want to be.
I don't want to be him. I don't want to make soap from fat people.
So you want to make soap from skinny people?
I don't want to make soap. I'll go to Bath and Body Works and buy some. Because I like to shop.
Okay.
Anyways, the third rule. If someone says stop, then you have to stop fighting. Number 4, 2 guys per fight. And in the whole process of this one guy is like taking off his belt. I didn't catch that.
And you can't belt that. That's like a weapon.
Yeah.
Not a rule. No weapons was not a rule.
He hadn't heard them all yet.
It's not on here. He told me 8. 1 fight per night. So it's like the main event. So we look forward to Saturdays, and I might not even get to fight you because it might not be my night. Number 6. No shirts, no shoes. Should be no service, no fighting. Number 7. You fight as long as you have to. Number 8. If you're new to Fight Club, you have to fight. So that would be really unfortunate if you were having a really bad week and you go there, getting ready to fight, and the new guy shows up, but he has to fight this week. What if 2 new guys show up? They have to fight each other and you don't get to fight because there's only 1 fight per night.
What if 3 guys show up?
Then they have to make some new rules.
The whole system breaks down.
And then, like, periodically throughout the movie, off topic, the main guy, no name, kind of looked like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. At parts. Parts of the movie. And the right light and the right shading and stuff, he looked like him.
When you like looked away from your phone and you were on BuzzFeed articles about Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he looked like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
I wasn't on my phone, I was making a wreath. Thank you. Then I thought, why do they get pleasure out of this? What is making you happy about, like, getting your face busted up?
So you're trying to psychoanalyze Fight Club.
Because that wouldn't make me happy if my face was busted up.
Maybe
Going
you should join
on.
a Fight Club and then you'll find out.
It's at page 3. I'll join a shopping club. That is what I can relate to in this movie. That and I use soap. Which I don't even think they used soap because they looked filthy. Okay. I did find this part hilarious when he was I guess they, were going to get the fat for their soap. I thought that was pretty funny that they used fat for their soap. But then I thought, are they actually really making soap? And then is this a real way you can make soap?
I don't know.
We should get some
Like, is this
fat
how
and try to
soap
find
is made?
out.
Right? I know I'm not going to do that. And then, like, I started to question, because then he got the phone call, who blew up his apartment. I was like, who would not like him to blow up his apartment? I didn't get it.
You haven't even brought up Marla yet.
Marla. Oh, yeah, I just thought, I didn't see her point of the movie. So I just didn't write about her. It was cool that she was in Harry Potter, but it's where she belongs in Harry Potter. And she didn't have a purpose. Like, that didn't do anything. She didn't change the movie one way or the other. She really didn't.
Well,
you know why? Because there was no problem and solution in the movie. So there was nothing for her to change anyway.
Well, technically, without Marla, there is no movie.
Yeah.
Why?
Because she starts showing up at all of his different clubs and takes him out of it, and then the clubs don't satisfy him anymore, and he has to find something else.
I could do without her. I bet you no matter what would have happened, he still would have gone this way in his head and still made up this guy.
We'll never know. Alright, what else do you
Fight
got?
Club 2. If he's not in jail. Fight Club 2. He's in prison now. They dropped the soap and they're fighting over potatoes. Alright.
What do you got next in the notes here?
Okay, why was he burning him? That made no sense, and then the hand just looked disgusting. And then later on, my next thought was that he was mad at Tyler for claiming to start Fight Club, but he wasn't mad at him for burning him? Like, he was, like, genuinely upset with the guy. And then, like, he punched himself, and then, like, I just thought, like, he's gonna say the boss did it, and then he did do that.
On the scene where he fights him.
He fights
Set these up a little
himself.
bit.
Sorry, he fights himself in the office with the boss.
Mm-hmm.
And then he blames it on the boss, which is a little clever. What else happened? He's crazy, and again, there's still no point to the movie, no problem to no clear solution. Then they started giving out homework assignments, and then, like, they're gonna have, like, a clubhouse, because all these people are just moving into the fun house. Project Mayhem is gonna be, like, their new, like, underground club, like, instead of the Boy Scouts.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was getting sick of the movie, and again, there was still no
I like how you
problem
wrote
to
here,
solve.
don't like this anymore.
Yeah,
As in, you liked it before then.
that's when I stopped giving it a chance. After I wrote down that I still have 40 minutes left with a sad face. Because I had to pause it to see how much time I had left. Yeah, they got into a car crash, and I just get really anxious. Like, I have really bad anxiety with cars. And the car crash just made me really sad, and I just didn't like that. And just talking about it isn't making me happy. So we're going to turn the page. Bob dies. Let's have a moment of silence for Bob.
Bob's fine.
He was my favorite character. Whole movie, he was my favorite character.
Bob's fine.
Then I decided that they were a weird cult because they all just started chanting Bob's name.
It was like...
Robert Paulson.
is a
Robert-
real
Yeah.
person. And I was just like, what? This is weird. And then it comes after... They had to explain it to me because I got really confused in the scene when he goes into the bar and the guy's like, is this a quiz? And he's like, no, this isn't a quiz. Like, who am I? And he's like, you're Tyler. And he's like, you were here last week. And I was just so confused. I
Yep.
did not get it.
Accurate.
And then he had to explain to me that they were the same person and he was in his head. And then that just raised so many questions for me. So many thoughts were forming. Like, who was he talking to in the phone booth then? Was he really, whenever he was talking to Tyler, was he literally talking out loud? Or was he just, like, talking, like, in his head? And then, like, why is he so messed up? They still have not told me why he's so upset and why he's so depressed. And then it just ends. They're just there, like, no repercussions. He doesn't get in trouble for anything he did, even though he went and turned himself in. Any questions?
Where would you rank this in the Dana Explains list of movies?
Let me tell you, this is really hard for me to do. I did rate it at a 2
Okay.
On the Dana scale?
on the Dana scale. Only because
Okay.
I did find it a little clever that he was in his head the whole time. That was a very interesting concept. I mean, they had me going the whole movie. But I think this is one of those movies where it's like, you can't watch it twice because you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah, but then you can watch it again and
I've watched it dozens
Like,
of times.
you already know he's in his head, so that goes the whole big wow moment
But
of the
see,
movie.
now if you watch it again, you can watch it from a totally different perspective.
I'd rather not, though.
Wow.
Okay.
Anyways, so I put it above Reservoir Dogs.
Ooh.
Just because of the cleverness
Okay.
of Tyler being in his
So
head.
you
and
watched
being
this.
the same
You watched this
person.
last night. I came in the last 30 minutes, and I came in and you were sad. You were literally like sad on the couch,
Yeah.
and all I could think is all day I've been wondering, did she not like it even more than Reservoir Dogs? You liked it a little bit more.
Only because of the cleverness. Reservoir Dogs just wasn't clever.
So we've now given you, what is this, like our
This
sixth?
is the sixth movie.
Sixth Dana Explained. It's your fifth ranked
Fifth
one.
on the
Mhm.
list.
All right.
So it's not the worst.
I mean, it might as well be one
No,
of the
but
worst.
it's one of the worst, but it's not the
It's
worst.
not the worst because Reservoir Dogs sucked.
All right.
And I just hope that you give me a good movie.
I mean, I think we've given you 6 good movies.
Yes, I would
You've
agree.
given me
But-
3.5 good movies. Spirited Away was the half. Ugh. These are my feelings.
All right. Before we tell her the new movie
Mhm.
and have you guess what it's about,
Mhm.
are you surprised by her reaction to the movie?
Kind of. Like, I figured, I wasn't sure if she would like it, but I didn't think she would outright hate it and be this angry about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't think she'd be like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. It's above Mallrats. It's,
No, yeah, I didn't think she'd love it, but I didn't think you'd hate it at all. I didn't expect that reaction. I was very surprised when I got home. I thought one thing that I thought for sure was that you thought it would be clever how it would wrap up,
I'll give it that.
but I didn't know that you'd hate the journey to that as much as you did. So
The journey.
we're sorry.
Wah, wah.
And I think anybody else watching this would agree that Fight Club is indeed a very good movie.
Yeah.
So,
Hate to hear your favorite movies then.
all right. So, should we give her the next?
Yeah.
The next.
Let's go
movie?
for it.
All right. Why don't you do the reveal?
So something that's really big. I don't want to go into that right now because we don't want to ruin it.
Right. Yes.
The next movie we're gonna have you watch is Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
Have you seen this?
No.
Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know anything about it?
No.
Okay. Based on the name, what do you think it would be about?
It's gonna be about kicking some ass.
But wouldn't you have thought that's what Fight Club would have been about?
They kick their own ass. I don't want to talk about Fight Club. I'm not allowed to talk about Fight Club as per rules 1 and 2. I think it's about superheroes, but I don't think they're like the cool superheroes.
Okay.
You know, like the OG superheroes. They're not those ones. They're like the reject superheroes. My hopes is that the movie is funny, and like
Okay.
I'm telling myself that, but I think I'm just trying to bring myself up. But I think it's going to be a funny superhero movie with some action because they are superheroes. But
Would you like to see the DVD?
yes, yes I would. Doesn't look funny. I don't know any of those. Nicolas Cage. He sounds familiar.
Well, don't read the back.
No, I was looking at the picture. I do know Nicolas Cage.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so maybe these pictures on the back look like they're funny. So maybe they're like, excuse me, they wanted to be superheroes. So they decided that they're going to make up their own superhero and try to save their town from danger that isn't really dangerous. Am I just making up my own movie now?
We'll find out
We
in a
will.
couple weeks.
Probably sooner than later.
Hopefully.
All right.
All right.
So we'll be back in a couple of weeks with Dana Explains Kick-Ass.
Mm-hmm.
until then, you can go back and watch all the other Dana Explains. And you know, if you want to find out if the Dana Explains comes out, there's an
Yeah.
easy way to do that. You can subscribe
Mm-hmm.
to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Right? They should do that. You've done
You
that.
should- I did, and I like every single video. And I've started to love them on Facebook.
Yes.
Have you seen that? I react because I clicked love.
You can do that now.
You
So
should.
you can go on our Facebook
But you should
page.
subscribe first.
You can go on our Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
You can tweet at me. I'm at Stonks.
Mm-hmm. I'm at Rich Belson. Are you on Twitter
I'm
yet?
at I Hate Fight Club and don't tweet.
So we're gonna eventually get Dana to start a Twitter, so you can at least go follow her.
Yeah. You could start tweeting.
Yeah, you could tweet. You could live tweet these
The
movies.
movies, that would, yeah.
Something to do.
Inside access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get all that information early. You can also find out. Sometimes we post some early photos and stuff on our Instagram page, over_a_beer. Like Nick said, you can find us on Facebook. Like Dan said, you can go love us on Facebook. Apparently, that's a new thing now, I guess.
Oh.
We're on facebook.com/overabeer. You can email us at overabeerofficial@gmail.com if you have suggestions for us to show certain movies to Dana. And you can find us on YouTube, clicking this video, all that stuff. YouTube URL, blah 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 blah. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.